Fundamentally, we're always on purpose. You are in the right place right now. So working with business owners and leaders, one of the top 3 questions I get is, what's my purpose? What am I here to do? When I grow up, what am I here for? And it's such a pertinent question, particularly for the masculine. So I'd just like to break it down a little bit for you. The reason we're inquiring about purpose is the context of purpose is meaning. Inherently, what we're looking for is to make meaning of our life. The existential questions and also the pragmatic and practical questions. When I know the meaning, then I will. And it's the same with purpose. Yet because we meet this question in different ways, and remember the way we meet the world is often from our thinking, our feeling, or our intuition. When we meet it from the intellect, from the thinking mind, we go to, what is the form of my purpose? Tell me what the form of my purpose is, and then I'll act that way. And it doesn't work that way. That's not how purpose works. You don't find your purpose and think about your purpose. Your purpose reveals itself. And so the way we do that is we've got to shift out of exclusively making it a thinking process. Remember, our thinking mind is a fantastic servant, it's a terrible master. And when you realize that I think, I feel, and I have intuition, you start to realize that purpose is a frequency and vibration. Everything is frequency and vibration. Everything is energy. And often when I work with clients, they go, well, if I knew what my purpose was, then I would act differently and feel differently. And there's a clue there, because what I say is that, tell me, how would you feel? A simple test you can do now for yourself is, if you had $100 million, how would you spend your day? And once people lean into this, they start thinking about what they do. And then I ask them, if you were doing that, how would you feel? And people start to go, I'd feel free. I'd feel like I was making a contribution. I'd feel passion. I'd feel joy. I'm like, fantastic. Because that feeling is available now. That frequency and vibration is available now. It's not when I have my purpose, then I'll do what supports my purpose. Then I'll be happy, free, passionate. It's coming back to that now. Realizing that you get to choose now. And so it's a very simple exercise you can do yourself. $100 million, what would you do? How would you feel? Now bring that back into the now. And if you can cultivate that, some very simple practices to come into the state of being, particularly through the vertical energy, what happens is that your frequency and vibration will change. And when your frequency and vibration changes and you start to behave differently, your purpose, the form of your purpose, starts to reveal itself. And this is why we start with the inner purpose. We have the outer purpose, and then we have the higher purpose. So let me explain more about how this works. So again, just to follow that thread, so I'm clear on what it would feel like energetically, if I was fully expressing myself. And remember, that's the purpose of life. The meaning of life is to fully express yourself so that you can reveal your essence. And so we then dial into that frequency and vibration, freedom, joy, passion, contribution, impact. We come back into the presence. We do simple practices. And because everything is frequency and vibration, when we come back into being present with that frequency and vibration and start to realize that I'm an energetic being, what occurs is that you bring that into your energetic field. And your energetic field fundamentally starts with the vertical dimension, the vertical core, the haric line, the Sushumni. In all traditional cultures, they know there is a vertical line of energy that runs through the crown of your head, through the midline of your body, through your perineum into the earth. That's the vertical. That's the dimension of being. Then there's the horizontal dimension. The horizontal dimension is the dimension of doing, yeah, both physically, yep, and energetically. And it's all contained by your energetic light globe, your container. If you stretched your arms out now, the edge of your fingertips, yep, side to side, top to bottom, front to back, you would feel your energetic light globe. And when your vertical's clear, you're aware of your horizontal and it's contained by your light globe. That's your energy packet. That's your frequency and vibration. So the first step to revealing your purpose is to set the intention and be clear. What is the frequency and vibration that I'm choosing now, and now, and now? And that's the clarity piece. A lot of people I work with aren't clear as to what that is. The second step, once you're clear, is to commit. And commitment is to choose to have no more choice. Again, a lot of people go, what's my purpose? If only I could find it, it's going to be out there. A lot of that is all just the ego. Yeah, I'm going to go and build wells in Africa. I'm going to go and set up an orphanage. All of that's the outside in model. The commitment is to come in and commit to that frequency and vibration each day, each moment. Because what I know is that if you're clear and committed, the next step is to be consistent. Am I consistently showing up? Because the way your purpose will reveal itself will be way beyond what your pinhead can imagine. It's not linear and it's not logic. What occurs is if you fully show up in each moment 110% with an open heart, you start to attract the most incredible opportunities, relationships. People show up. Could be at the supermarket, could be at the library, could be in the workplace. Your frequency and vibration attracts other people, and people will say, oh, I've got this opportunity here. Would you like to do this? And if your energy's up, if there's passion and drive when you receive that invitation, follow it. Follow it. It's like following the breadcrumbs. Follow the energy, follow the passion. Follow it all the way. Because what happens is when you start to follow it, it'll take you on an incredible journey of experience, of relationships, of opportunity. So you're clear, you're committed, and you're consistent. You fully show up with an open heart. And the reason the heart's so important is that the thinking mind sends the electrical current. The heart is the electromagnetic receptor. So we start to receive through our heart opportunities, relationships, feelings. And what happens when you're consistently showing up that way is that then you start to course correct. Yeah, remember, it's not a straight line. It's not linear. It's not logical. Apollo 11, when it went to the moon, was never on a straight line. It's constantly course correcting. So you start to course correct as to, is my energy up or down? Is this relationship worth pursuing or not? What happens is as you course correct, you suddenly start to find yourself in flow. You suddenly start to find yourself with frequency and vibration relationships around you that uplift you, not bring you down. You suddenly start to find yourself in these incredible opportunities showing up. And that's why purpose comes from hindsight. If you follow that course, from that place of clarity, that place of commitment, consistency, the willingness to course correct, suddenly you find yourself and look back and go, I'm absolutely where I need to be. Because fundamentally, we're always on purpose. You are in the right place right now. And if you want to fully express yourself, expand yourself, offer more of yourself, and lean into that frequency and vibration and follow these steps, you'll start to see incredible things showing up. I've worked with thousands of leaders. You listen to any podcast, anyone who's successful, inverted commas, and so many people say, I never knew I'd end up here. But they were committed to their journey and they followed the breadcrumbs. And that's the fundamental piece. That's why purpose isn't out there, something you find. Purpose is revealed from within, from doing the practices within. And it's way beyond what your logical mind can expect. And instead of getting stuck in analysis paralysis, which I see all the time, you got to jump in. You got to jump in the river. You got to commit, and you got to follow the energy. Intertwined with all of this, the final step, is to meet the world with curiosity. Remember that it's not about change, it's about how you participate with change. If you meet change with resistance, with judgment, with blame, with a narrow view, you're just going to gather the evidence that way. If you meet the world with curiosity, with inquiry, firstly, be curious about what happens in yourself with your daily practice. How do I feel? What's happening with my energetic system? How did I show up in that meeting, in that relationship? And then be curious as to who shows up and what opportunities show up. Curiosity is such a powerful tool to experience growth, to experience wonder and awe as to this incredible journey called life. And through curiosity, you'll find more and more the form of your purpose. It will reveal itself. The inner purpose is to commit to the inner work. The outer purpose will reveal itself. And on the hero's journey, as you go deeper and deeper and deeper, eventually your higher purpose will be a conversation. Because for men, there is purpose within purpose within purpose, different chapters of your life. For most men, fundamentally, there's a level of purpose of providing for their family and their children. And it will go deeper and deeper and deeper. I've summarized these teachings into a handout as to the 5 steps of purpose. And if you're interested, please click the link below, and I'd love to hear your feedback.